All right. Hello, good black sheep all. It's MysterE. I'm from broadcasting live, sort of, to me, recorded to you, of course. The Daily BS Report, number 150 from Sayulita, Mexico. And we are on the cusp within 24 hours of a full moon in Leo. I've got a tiny table today. I've got a limited amount of time. I've already shuffled the cards. You're going to have to trust me. I'll do it once just so you know. I have 514 Tarot, the Black Sheep. These are all my good friends that I had a beautiful community play with for 8 years. Got the Zen Tarot deck, and I've got the Wisdom Oracle of the Black Sheep. And we're going to real quickly, I'm going to pause because of the time element and lay the cards out, come right back. All right, so I'm back. Full moon, February 4th. It's the 5th to March. Today's February 4th, 24 hours beforehand. Now, if we are looking at the astrological picture, I just want to bring up two things. Number one, we're in a place where real change might take place. So full moon square Uranus happens just before the full moon, and then in the full moon we have Venus square Mars. So Venus square Mars means our action, the way we take action, is going to perhaps create some relationship drama, or they're going to come into conflict with one another, because Venus square Mars puts them in conflict. And Venus the way you love, Mars the way you take action, make love, live your life. Then Uranus, full moon square Uranus, is creating a very highly charged electrical energy that can manifest in unexpected and interesting ways. So that's always true in the full moon. Like right before the full moon, we usually get disturbed. So if you look back at your last 3 or 4 days and you see a way you got disturbed or something was on your mind all of a sudden, and now you know exactly what you can let go of. My guess is what's going to happen in this moon is a lot of people that have been out of integrity with their relationships are going to find a way to get out of that relationship, or create a disturbance, or enter a disturbance that creates a break. It's a great time to let go of a habit that's been bothering you. You know, it's like a lot of times in transition, you know, we can get stuck in the news, or alcohol, sex, drugs, all of it. It's just like things can grab us. And so it's like, this is a great time to break a habit in this full moon. It's just to like look at it and go, oh my God, all this change going around. God just changed me. I'm tired of fighting this demon. I'm tired over and over and over and over and over and over fighting this demon. I'm ready to let it go. I'm ready to surrender it. It's a great time to do that. That's what the astrology is all set up for. So on the bottom of the deck, what we can't see, behind the scenes of everything, is the star card, which in our deck is the awakening card, or the spark. And this is all about, hey, you are your vibration, you are your heart, and your heart is going to bring to you exactly what it's meant to do. And what happens is when we have a big burst of energy, which can happen from letting go, putting that old habit down and saying, I've had enough, I'm going to surrender. After the surrender, there's an awakening. So behind all of this, when we go through a process on the other side of the full moon, I would say there's an awakening, and the clarifying card on the bottom of the Zen deck for a rebirth. So an awakening for a rebirth is happening, an awakening for a rebirth, and we love that. Now, this is the Black Sheep Tarot. The Black Sheep have been made fun of, pushed, had to deal with addictions, all kinds of crazy stuff. We knew from the time we were little. We saw ordinary people sweeping obvious things under the rug into the not so obvious nowhere. And it bothered us because we could feel that we weren't really quite in the right relationship with everything. So we awaken the Black Sheep, or the wisdom holders, because we had to be pressed into service by showing us what we are not, and then we come out of this through our awakening with the idea of healing the world, because that's what we're here to do. There's no reason. We all deserve better. So, and behind everything, we're all here to heal the world. Those that are here to heal the world are going to have an awakening on the backside of this new moon and have a rebirth. So exciting. All right, so what is the read about essentially? The read essentially is about, I'll do a wheel of karma, and the wheel is about the 6 of New Earths. That's our 5th suit. We don't have 4 suits like every other tarot and playing card deck in the world. We have 5 because I feel like we want to honor the 5th element, which is spirit. So the new earth, what we're here to all create together. The black sheep are here to show us the way. The 6 is about success and compassionate enterprises. In other words, setting up something that feels so good to your heart and stepping forward in it and having the courageousness to lay down your dreams, to lay down your vision, to put it in print, to share it with others and say, you know what? I'm moving forward. I'm taking bold steps. I mean, this isn't that you're taking new steps. This is more like what you've been working on comes to a real fruition, and it's more like a momentary pause before something great happens, because the creator or the king of wands is clarifying that we have success. So it's about mastery of our fire, mastery of our sexuality, mastery of the way that we have our Mars energy, the way we go after business. And remember, Mars is in square with Venus right now, so these things are opposed. And so what this is saying is let your fire come out. You are the creator of your life. And then it's clarified by the wisdom card. She already knows. Well, who is the she? Who is the she? She already knows. That speaks to divine intuition. It speaks to somebody that perhaps you haven't met, could be masculine or feminine, or that you have met that's interested in doing some kind of project or business, or even perhaps even a relationship. So there's something right beyond our awareness that is somebody knows about that we don't quite know about, and they're excited to share with us. So that's the way I would read that. Then to show all these, we have the Queen of Cups, which is, I mean, we just had the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, so now we got the Queen of Cups, which is about mastering the intuition. It's about knowing that, now the High Priestess is the same way, but she's more silent and secretive. The Queen of Cups is more like out and bubbly. It's just like, let yourself go with the flow. Let yourself be the love that you are, and trust your heart. Just keep trusting. That's the Prince of Cups. So Queen of Cups, Prince of Cups, it's like action, movement, intuition, love, going with the flow in a way, and being really clear in your mind. That's the Ace of Swords. It's like being really clear in your mind about who you are. It's like acceptance. It's like beginning over and saying, I choose to believe the very highest about myself. And in that, I can take 100% responsibility for my life, and I can also give up control, because that's what we're talking about. That's where we are in the place of our destiny as a collective humanity is surrender, folks. We are at the gates of surrender. If you haven't seen my blog yet, The Gates of Surrender, it's time to let go. We have to have the willingness to give up control. We don't even have it anyway. It's an illusion. All we're doing is we're giving up an illusion of control. Now, this time in life, the people that are on your mind that are bothering you are connected through your soul family network. So a lot of people that we find that we have affinity for, great affinity for, or perhaps great difficulty with. These situations kind of keep coming around in our lives, and it's our vibration bringing parts of ourselves back into reflections of other people. And this is to say, hey, when this kind of thing happens, in other words, when you have a 6 of Cups, a hot moment with somebody that's exciting, and doesn't matter if it's male or female, whether it's romantic, whether it's energetic, whether it's teacher, student, healer, patient, it doesn't really matter. It's like slow the whole process down and try not to make anything of it. Try not to make anything of it, and stay in that belief system that there's nothing that our holiness cannot do. I'll just show that card like that. There's nothing our holiness cannot do. So no matter what the situation is in, that you're in with somebody that may be tugging at you, whether it's feeling really good or not feeling so good at all. By the way, they're the same thing, folks. It's a soul tie. Slow down in this full moon, which is great advice, and know that there's nothing that your holiness cannot do. In other words, you wouldn't have been put in this situation unless you could receive the blessings and the healing around it. All right, let me get 2 cards in a row, and I think it's important that we put these together, because basically every other card in the deck is like forward momentum, and then right in the middle of the spread, we get 2 cards that come around together. And it's the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Daggers. The 10 of Wands and the 7 of daggers, okay? And so this is carrying our burdens on for way too long. Remember what I said, this is a great time to break a habit? This is like, oh my God, I've tried the same thing over and over and over, and I keep fooling myself. My ego keeps telling me this is a really great idea in the beginning, but then I get into it and it's so unfulfilling, and I'm just carrying all these burdens, and I realize that what I'm doing is I'm looking for a way to feel better instead of pulling back from the situation. Capitulation, surrender. This is a card that says surrender, folks. You're working too hard. Surrender, you're working too hard. And it's right next to the manipulation, lying, cheating, stealing card. See how he's got a mask and he's holding those swords, but he doesn't have all of them. He's trying to figure out how to get all the swords. We've all run into these characters. It's somebody wearing a mask, and it's okay, but they're here to teach us a valuable lesson. And, hopefully we're in the understanding that we're all in a reflective situation. So if we're experiencing something like this, a betrayal or someone lying or stealing or from us, then all they're doing is showing up in the way that we have given them the assignment. Whether that's on a soul level, a conscious level, unconscious, doesn't really matter. That's what this card means. It means we've got to be responsible for everything that comes in our life, including those things that are our addictions. And it's so easy when we're under pressure to go to our addictions, and then it's so easy to lie to ourselves. This is now self-deceptions. This is self-deceiving ourselves about what we spend our time on. So I think this is a real moment to get honest with yourself and say, how am I spending my time that doesn't really feel good to my spiritual warehouse? Can I in this moment, if I'm here to heal the world, if I'm here to have success in compassionate enterprises and help become a force of change in the world for my family, at least for the people that I love the most, and I have to look honestly at myself and I say, where am I spending my energy, and how much do I really care about peace, love, generosity, compassion, treating people, everybody the same, being straight up with my word, that kind of thing. So these are addictions that all of us have been pulled into because it's the human nature. 2 cards come up with that. For the lying, cheating, and stealing, it's a 5 card, which is change, which is this Uranus thing. But what this is saying is a 5 of Wands. It's like there's some drama coming to a close. It's like when we recognize that this stuff is just all we've done is to try to feel good, but it didn't feel good to us. And matter of fact, it left a wrecking ball in our rear view mirror. Then all of a sudden we can go, oh man, everybody's free. I'm free. We're not only playing this game because we're scared to connect at a deeper level to our inner self. And when I do that, I can go with the flow. And I can go with the flow, and I can see that we're all simply naked underneath people. Everybody is stardust and a bag of bones, right? And so when we lay these addictions down and we get into the go with the flow, it's like we know the way that we spend time. And when it bothers us, if it's bothering us right now, it's like, oh, we're over attached to something. It's like we've got to let that thing go, and we got to go with the flow. Well, we have to take on the responsibility to say, my addiction is already done. I am already spending time. We have to get into the feeling. We have to practice our way out of the vibration of addiction and practice ourselves into the way of going with the flow by tricking, fooling, conditioning ourselves to believe that what we want is already done. Really important thing, what we want. Okay, so then the read picks up speed again. It's like, okay, we had a 6 of cups, now we got a 9 of cups. We got a 6 and a 9 of cups. 6 plus 9 is 14, that's a 5. Okay, so 6 and 9 and makes a 4. That means somebody's feeling left out. It's like 6 of cups is soulmate, like things working out, beautiful love. Now we got the 9 of cups, which is wish fulfillment. Everything's working out for me. I'm feeling emotionally fulfilled. But to see them both come up in the read, it means there's some aspect or some person that's standing out on the outside. 4 of cups moment going, man, how did I do that again? How did I leave myself isolated, right? Well, I've got to let go of those ideas. Now we have the 8 of cups coming up to show the 9 of cups. Letting go. Letting go gives me peace. Letting go gives me peace. And the way I can really do that is chant to God. And I've been doing a lot of that down here in Mexico. It's like, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's like we got to just take the mind and give it a useful purpose, and that gives us our happiness and allows us to let go of some of the things in our rearview mirror. You know, it's our responsibility if we're going to wake up and we're going to have a rebirth in our life, that we are the ones that take the responsibility of saying, okay, I watched MysterE's video. I know there's a lot of change going on. I've been trying and struggling with this thing. I'm ready to let it go. I'm going to use this force of change by being really, really intentional. Really intentional. And in this full moon, this is the outcome, folks, if you can believe it or not. In this full moon, there's going to be great change. I mean, that's exactly what the astrology says, is exactly what this read says, and it says we must see the function of darkness. Our purpose emerges from the darkness. In other words, the way I struggle is the way I help other people. If I can see the way that I struggle, the way that I have all these situations that get turbulent and cause me to, you know, feel like I'm left out, unsettled, been left out in the cold, you know, underappreciated, undervalued, that kind of thing. No, that's all coming to light in the full moon, and I can go with that and I can make something beautiful. But not until I realize that what I am struggling with, I am tolerating. I am struggling with that which I am tolerating. I am tolerating that which I struggle with. And so the only way out of that, the only way out of that is to raise your vibration and get above the vibratory level of the thought form, of the wounding, of the healing that wants to happen, you know, so that we can just feel good, and all of a sudden we don't even need to reach for those things we waste our time on. So this is a time to get really honest. So that's one outcome. One outcome is, hey, in the full moon there's going to be a big change to those things you've been tolerating. And then I had another outcome that's popped out, which is really cool, which is the Three of Wands, which is sort of like your ships are coming in, everything, just experiencing the magic of the world. If you just slow down and open to the magic of it, Three of Wands will allow you to draw within to you some great, great things, which is going to give you harmony. That came out too, so harmony. So it's like, go with the change, be real honest about what you struggle with, lay it down, get some help if you need to. Call me, I'd love to coach you, that kind of thing, and help you with some of the things out of it. Because remember, folks, if you don't like it, you can change your mind. If you don't like it, you can change your mind. If you don't like it, you can change your mind. If you need some help changing your mind, let me know, because that's what we're here for. All right, we're here to heal the world. We're having a rebirth, folks. This is a great opportunity to really step into your power. So just a quick review is like what we're focused on is going to have a big boost after this full moon in terms of how we show up compassionately in the world. There's going to be people that show up, partnerships that already know they want to help us or be involved with us or somehow collaborate and connect with us. Could be God already knows how this all going to work out. I don't know. Then we had the Queen of Cups coming in. It's like, trust the way you feel. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust. And then it's like, slow it down when the soulmates come in. Slow it down when the people that come in that really either trigger you or really open your heart. Slow that process down. Don't just jump into it. Slow it down and realize that you're coming together to do some serious healing. Not serious, but, you know, beautiful, amazing healing. The healing of how we have deceived ourselves in the way that we spend time and how it really doesn't help us, but it really keeps us at a lower vibration, and then we complain about our life not working out. So we want to go with the flow. We got to let go of the drama. If you want to go with the flow, you got to let go of the drama. Go with the flow, let go of the drama. And then we get our Nine of Cups moment after that. You know, it's like fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, because we've done the letting go necessarily. Letting go means of the density, so we can raise our vibration, and we can do that so easily by chanting to God. Chanting to God. And then, God, I forgot this. The moon and the Five of Pentacles was clarified by the moon card in the Osho. Wow, I'm so glad, which is past lives. So remember, I was talking about these. This is past lives, guys. All the people that you're involved in right now in this, pay attention to what happens in the next 72 hours and pay attention to what's going around you. This is all past life stuff coming up. Uranus is going to chink, 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 give us a little bit of a window. If we need to escape a relationship, escape an addiction, escape a situation, it's like, look for the window. Say, hey, God, take it from me. Put me somewhere new. Take care of me. I know you're doing it anyway. I know everything always works out for me. I need a little help in this arena. I don't know how to let this go. I want to strengthen my mind to experience more harmony, to experience it, experience my life, experience the situation, and knowing that if I don't like my circumstance, I can change my mind about the circumstance. All right, God bless everybody.